else do you want?
I get
What
it.
else do you want? But let me finish.
All right. Let's go straight to it. The Eagles still undefeated.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the main question. Let's just get to the question. When do you think they're going to lose?
I don't have them losing to week 11 or 12. It's either going to be them Titans or the Packers.
They're not losing to the Packers. The Titans
get it together. It's hard for me to see him and Brady like this. Yeah. So week 11 or 12. And if they get past them, it's doable. Now they're going to have the same outcome as the Patriots did. They went 16-0 and lost in the Super Bowl. So I just feel like even if they get all the way, the AFC is taking home the title this year.
Okay, that's a good point. I think that the Eagles are not going to lose until they hit them division games late in the season. I think that's what's going to get them, the divisional games. I
know what will boil my blood if them things get them. Because we ain't gonna hit it last stuff.
And unfortunately, the way that they're playing right now, that's a possibility. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think the divisional games are always played tight, no matter what the records. I feel like those are the games that I can see them finishing 15-2 at the worst.
What gives me hope, Sabrina and I both said last year, we need to keep our eye on Hurt because he has the potential to be, showstopper. Now look, now they get Brown. Now remember, Sabrina, he in a straight rookie contract. When I tell you they getting all the bang for their buck right now, because that dude contract ain't even $2 million. So look at it. It's a win-win for the Eagles. You get what I'm saying? Now next year they're gonna have to pay him because ain't no 5 year, option. But next year they're gonna have to pay him. But they getting this Bama for under $2 million a year.
And that could be a part of why he playing so well. It's like he noticed that last year he's trying to get that money. So he put
in there. But it's not him. They put the piece. They gave him pieces. They gave him Brown. That defense stepped up. Them corners is stopping everything. Yeah, the running game can get going here and there. The tight end catches. Everybody catches. No hot potato. Yeah. All cupcakes. So you know what I'm saying? You can lift that cupcake at the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do to win. You recognize
where you have the holes.
Exactly. And then you acquire, so yeah. I don't know, Sabrina. If they get past 11 or 12, it's gonna be a straight run.
Okay. But since you kind of mentioned the Commanders anyway, so we just won, the Washington Commanders just won again. We just beat the Colts, and I think it was a pretty good win. It wasn't we didn't play too sloppy, even though there were some mistakes. You disagree with me?
Sabrina, I'm mad at you.
Okay.
They ain't gonna keep me on this roller coaster ride. I don't have high blood pressure. But if this thing keep going, it's going. This is why the heart attack rate is so high in the DMV. They wait till the last minute to win a game. If you acquire, we have many opportunities to go ahead in this game. And they had kicked field goals to get past us. They had 3 straight field goals and the score was 9-7. They got to get it moving faster because these teams coming up ain't going to allow, and they're not going to be kicking field goals. They're going to be running in that end zone on us.
Correct.
So we have to match their energy. We need to score every time we touch that ball and not field goals. Six-pack got to get it proper with them now. If you all got to work, their off day is Wednesday. They should be working tomorrow. So this game coming up, Kirk ain't going to have no mercy on them.
Oh no, he ain't going to get in the media and say that he wants to show off. But Kirk know where he's coming home to, so quote unquote.
How bad they treated him?
Yeah, he's going to want to do well, and he's going to get in the media and be very diplomatic about it. Kirk's going to show off. So we have to be ready. I'm not worried about their offense and our defense, as crazy as that sounds. I'm not worried about the Vikings offense and our defense. I'm worried about the flip. I'm worried about how our offense is going to do against their defense. If Heineke can play the way he knows he can play with that heart and that tenacity and those guts that he has, I think that we can beat the Vikings. We'll get into that later. But I'm just so glad.
I'm grateful for the win. I don't like wins like that. If you got to wait till a minute left in the game, you eat fast. You ain't win. So
but let me say this though. I think that Heineke has gotten us maybe 2 wins that Wentz would not have gotten.
Yeah, you ain't gonna never lie about that.
Yeah, if Wentz
had the choir say amen.
Amen. Especially that play where Heineke threw like the game winning, basically almost touchdown to Terry.
McLaren.
I feel like if that was Wentz in there, the ball would never have gotten out because Wentz would have been sacked.
Exactly.
He would have been sacked. He wouldn't have the elusiveness to get away from that pass rush. So I feel like,
speaking of Wentz, go ahead and go back to that story because we left that part out the last show. So we alluded to, is he hurt? Sabrina said he's really hurt, but we don't think Snyder is not going to let him back in. So explain to the viewers why Snyder not going to let him back in, Sabrina.
Yes. So when we acquired Carson Wentz from the Indianapolis Colts, who we just happened to have played, there was a clause in that contract that said if Wentz plays 70% of the snaps here for us, then we have to give the Colts a second-round draft pick. And that's big because for those who don't know, the draft is when you get your new players and try to build up your team. So
they get a third round now regardless, because that came in the contract. They get a third round regardless. Yeah, but if he plays 70%, that third round gets upgraded to a second round.
Yes.
If we get new, that's liquid gold. Yeah. That's going from silver to platinum.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, we were saying how we don't know, like, let's say Wentz's finger, which is out with the finger injury. Let's say his finger heals. Are they going to let him back in? Because if they let him back in, he's going to hit that 70% play percentage. And then they're going to have to pay the Colts, upgrade that pick to a second round. So he might just be on that sideline with them fingers, just doing nothing, holding them clipboards.
And those of you who say, come on, Gwen, they paid him $30 million, they got to play. Snyder, that's a $5,000 thing to Snyder. Yeah. The money is gone, so it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. But not acquiring a second round, having to give up our second round pick, that's, to me, I don't think we're going to see him the rest of the year. Or they're going to wait till the games get to where he's not going to hit the 70%.
Correct.
So he has to stay out until week 13. I did the math.
Something like that, yeah.
He has to stay out until week 13.
The question is, even if he does get healed and they're willing to put him back in, if Heineke's winning, what they going to change it for?
Exactly.
So I don't know.
We're talking about Commander's head. It never makes sense, but
Lord.
It never makes sense. We're going to figure it out. Now, I was playing when I called them the Green Bay Lockers last week, but that is their name. They lost again.
I don't know what is going on with Aaron Rodgers, but when we talked about it, you were saying how he doesn't.
The wide receivers is too young. They don't know how to catch his ball. I don't know what's going on. Are they doing? Because sometimes, Sabrina, I'm always thinking, I'm gonna get you back. You got it, man. The tight end even messing up.
Yeah, and I feel like Aaron, like we talked about before, he should have definitely retired. He has the ability to keep playing, but because he doesn't have the pieces around him, it's fruitless at this point. It's useless. He's wasting his time. He's just basically making that money, which is nothing wrong with that. But he's not going to get no more championships playing with the Packers. He's not. And so I feel like the Packers have reached kind of like the end of an era. Then they're going to have a new quarterback, and who God knows how that's going to go.
If they dismantle the whole thing and send McFleur back to DMV where he should have been anyway.
Exactly.
Shoot. They look terrible.
Yeah, they do. And now we're not used to seeing the Packers.
I feel like I'm in the twilight zone.
Yeah, it's so many things happening this season where it looks like we're in the twilight zone. The Falcons leading their division. The Seahawks
leading their division.
And it's not weird that the Seahawks are leading their division, but it's who they're leading it with.
When?
Geno Smith.
If you said they were leading and Russell was still there, that would be, okay, no brainer. Come on now. That's not a hard catch. Right. But they leading the division with the Super Bowl champion.
Yes, ma'am.
In their division.
Yeah.
And leading it with Geno.
Yeah.
Capino. No. he was not an afterthought. But you know what? Sometimes you got to thank God for second chance. I'm not a second chance person with God. Usually when God say no the first time, I should listen. But you got to, I applaud the brother because he's doing a resurgence with his career. Hopefully his team will go to the playoffs because y'all better recognize because Russell ain't doing nothing down in Denver.
It amazes me how Russell is struggling. And I understand it's a new offense or, all of that. But as long as he's been playing, I didn't think that he would have this much of a learning curve in a new place.
They thought they had something when they did that. They just knew they had came into, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the look on his face is disdain. We'll see. It's Russell, so you got to give him more than one. You know what I mean? But
and then you got to see the 49ers have been playing a lot better lately, so they could overtake the Seahawks. It's just we entering the second half of the season, and so
this is good. Yeah, every game gonna count from here on out. Like that Carolina game, they might need that again because you gotta watch stuff. You gotta watch the things that you do and how it affects your team. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to be mindful. It's easy for us to say because we sitting in these things, we never played dead football in our life. Right. But you can attribute this to many of things in your life. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to watch yourself in a moment because even when you're going through that thing, you still have to conduct yourself accordingly. They got a lick last week because they won a game. I had them losing.
Yes.
So it's a good balance. But since we already in the throes of talking about decline, let's just slide right onto our next story. Sabrina.
Oh, gosh.
So TB12, a.k.a. the GOAT, a.k.a. Tom Brady, is divorced.
Yes.
And that was a surprise. What is more surprising is that the Atlanta Falcons have a better record in the division that he's in. The look and the feel of this man permeates through the TV. I feel his sadness. I feel something is off in many levels with him.
Yeah, when you look at him, he looks sick to me. To me, I'm not saying that the man is sick. He looks sick. He looks frail. He looks defeated. The total opposite of everything that Tom Brady has stood for his entire career once he actually took over for Drew Bledsoe. He looks completely defeated to me.
So here we go. Now, for those who watch me, when you see this, it's about to get real. So let's get real in this moment. A lot of people are not going to agree with me, but hear me out. I, as a woman, as a former wife, I'm divorced. I would have supported him through this journey. I think some of that play is because his private life was ruined. You married him as a football player. I know you gave him 20 years. I know you stood beside him. But I wouldn't have did it to him this year because I would have just let him play. He was going to have an awful year anyway. And that was going to be God getting him back. Since you didn't keep your word with me, this is what happened. But I feel like a lot of the play was because of what was going on in his personal life. Like he still had Goodwin. He still has some talk. He just looked terrible, and you can't tell me because he's losing his family.
Oh, yeah. I definitely think his off-the-field stuff is affecting his play. I believe that wholeheartedly. However, I think where you and I are maybe disagreeing, and this is hard for me because I am not a proponent of just divorce somebody because they're not doing what you want them to do. I don't believe that. But I feel like people that say she should just stick by him, you know what he does for a living. This woman gave up a part of her life to be with this man, but they say she knows what she got into when she married him. But let me finish. However, she has said year after year, I'm giving you this time. I'm giving you this time. And he keeps taking advantage of her kindness. How many more years is she supposed to keep giving him? The man retired and then unretired. That was probably let me finish. Let me finish.
See how it was going.
That woman stood by his side all those years.
Recognize the weakness in your man. You're supposed to know him, right? This is the idol to him. God gonna deal with him. This is why he has a hard time letting it go. It's an idol. He's putting this before everything, which is why he was going to fail. Now she just stood still and waited one more year. She already did 20. They've been married 13
How many
years.
times has she probably said,
I don't know.
I'm going to wait one more year?
I get it. But this is definitely going to be the last year. Because had she just stood, I'm telling you, he ain't coming back from this.
He probably told her that when he won that Super Bowl. She probably like, praise the Lord. My man done won. He's going to get it.
Sabrina, you know me, my love for football. And I'm not one of them people that confront. I would know my husband sees this thing as an idol. God going to deal with him because he don't do idols. God is a jealous God. Let me show you how this is going to cost you everything. So I don't know. I'm not in agreement because I know what the world say about the ways to get out of divorce. And I ain't never read this to be a way. That's me. And don't
I
judge me.
agree.
Don't judge me. I'm just saying.
I agree.
Everyone knows that I'm a Christian. I'm not religious, but I read the Bible. I try to follow the rules. No one is perfect. We all get it wrong. Mm-hmm. But this thing right here, I would have just been quiet. Say, you know what, God? He done took his word. He didn't keep his word again. Show up. And he using that thing as an idol. So I'm really heated in this moment because I understand he gonna take that thing, he gonna crumble it up on you. And you gonna have nothing left but God.
I'm not like I think we both agree we're not a proponent for just divorced people, but at the same time, if you try to step back and look at it from her point of view, he's probably tired of every year he's saying 1 more year or 1 more year, 2 more years. You win the Super Bowl with your second team. What else do you want?
I get it.
What else do you want?
I get it. I would agree with her too. This me. I would have let the chips fall where they may.
Well, they done failed. She tied. 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 Well, they done failed. She tied.
People don't know this. This the funny thing is, it's not funny nothing. But check this fact out because people always think I don't know what I'm talking about with this thing. That chick make more than he does outside of his endorsement, just his contract, so his job, her job. She makes about 10 million more a year than he does. None of that mean anything to her because she loved herself. So I'm kind of taking.
It doesn't say that it didn't mean. No, it probably did mean something to her, and I think that's another thing too. People look at the decision that was made. We don't know how long she agonized over that,
and we don't know. This ain't the whole story. I'm sorry, because to me it just seems so random and so.
It's not random.
Because I don't see it. So okay, Sabrina. I totally get her standing up for herself. I totally understand that she was tired, she was done. But as a wife, knowing what my husband does and how much he loves it, I would have recognized that God will have to deal with that thing because he this is an idol to him. Football. He can't see his stuff outside of the game. And he gonna have to, and I know she probably concerned that he gonna get hurt. You know, she done put her life on hold for 13 years for him to do this thing. But I would have just let him. I would have stayed. I would have. That's me. It's not my choice. Not my life.
Yeah.
Because look what he have. He's ruining his numbers right now. This year is going to be an epic fail, and it's going to bring all his numbers down. He'll still be the GOAT because the closest person with the amount, he has 7. The closest person is Charles Haley. So you got 2 more than the closest person in NFL history. That's probably gonna stand forever. You know what I mean? But I think he had a hard time laying it down because he idolizes it so much. I heard this dude don't eat carbs. He work out year round. This has been his life for 20 years. He's known football longer than he's known her. But when you become a husband this is some of my issues. When you become a husband and a father, some things take precedent over this.
And I'm just thinking, he has said in past interviews how many Christmases he's missed, how many school plays he's missed, how many Thanksgivings he's missed, how many milestones he's missed, how many, all of those important things he's missed because of this. And so she's saying, I'm giving you all this time. Now, when you won that Super Bowl, now it's my time. Give me back my time. She even gave him an extra year after that. And now he wanted another year. So I mean, I feel for her. I ain't in favor of no divorce and all.
It had to be a hard decision. It had to be a hard decision.
Yeah.
I pray it wasn't entered into lightly.
Today we have our friends back from the North Carolina Rebels. If you didn't watch the previous show, please go back and watch it to learn about the CFA, the Coastal Football Alliance.
Yes.
Alliance. But we have them back today to do the Battle of the Sexes. We're going to do our week 8, 9, whatever this is. I think it's week 9 picks. Okay. So we're about to whip up on them. Gwen, you ready?
Let's go.
We're going to start off with the Eagles versus the Texans. Who you want to pick? Whoever wants to pick first. The Eagles.
I'm going with the Eagles. Eagles for sure.
Eagles. All right. We got our choice.
Eagles. Yeah. So we agree on that.
So next is the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Kitty Cats. Who you picking?
Green Bay, slightly Green Bay.
Do we want to
Yeah,
go
we're
with
gonna
them?
go with
Do we want to do Detroit?
No, I want to go with the Packers.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Detroit can score though, so they've been putting up points. So watch out for them.
Yeah, which is why I thought they had a better record than they do. They're only 1-5-ish, and I thought they had more wins than that.
So their defense is atrocious. Their defense is terrible, but their offense can put up points. So
yeah, and Jalen would pay attention to defense because that's the position he plays for the Rebels. So,
yes,
but I feel like Aaron ain't gonna put up no points either. They may have a point because some wide receivers dropping that ball like it's a hot potato. And so if he ain't got nobody to catch it, at least they can put up points. Both of the defenses are sputtering. So that's why I kind of want to think it may be another L for Aaron. It's kind of like, but I'm going to go with the Packers, but I'm a little bit, I'm going to watch that game. Now, that's the game I'm going to watch.
Bills and Jets, I'm going with the Bills by 3 touchdowns.
Ooh.
3 touchdowns.
That's a little much, don't you think? But I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree with the win, but not the points.
The 3 touchdowns, you that confident in Allen?
Yeah, even though I'm not a Bills fan, but I do think that the Bills are actually the best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I got them going.
They're not.
The AFC Championship game, who y'all got in that game?
Wait. Jalen said that the Bills are not the best team. Who is?
The best.
It's the Eagles.
No.
I'm telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth.
Okay, no.
They got it on both sides of the ball.
Watch. The Eagles haven't, I'm going to be honest with you, who has really tested them?
It hasn't been.
I don't got their schedule right here in front of me, but the Eagles have played some games.
I don't remember them playing nobody of caliber.
Nobody.
See, now y'all gonna make me look it up.
You gotta look it up, boo. We ready for you. Look it up. they gonna go at least 11-0 or 12-0. If a divisional team don't get them, they gonna go at least 11-12. They're not gonna be undefeated.
The Eagles are gonna finish 15-2, but I still don't think they're the best team. I just think their schedule makes it easier for them to win. I think the Bills are a better team. I think.
They beat Detroit. They started off the season beating Detroit. They beat Minnesota, which I feel like is a formidable team.
No.
They beat Washington. They beat Jacksonville, who've been playing better this year. They beat Arizona, and they beat Dallas. And they beat Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh ain't really been doing much. But Minnesota, Arizona, and Dallas.
So that's 2 teams. That's just 2.
I'll give them 2 of those.
I give them 2 of them. I give them 2.
So which team out of Minnesota, Arizona, and Dallas, which team is not a formidable team?
I don't think Arizona
I'm not giving them Dallas.
I give them. Don't I give them Dallas?
Give them Dallas.
I give them Dallas.
Okay. All right. So that's 3. Okay, you got 3. They still they're not the best. But look who the Bills have beat.
But I'm gonna look right now. Let's
go ahead and look, and we can do the comparison then. I just think the AFC conference is more
competitive.
I just think that the reason why I give the Eagles the edge is because I think that overall their team is better, meaning offense, defense, and special teams, but mainly they offense and their defense. I think they got the best secondary in the league.
Let me holler at you. They
got Hassan Reddick.
He about, wait a minute, where they at? This is what I'm agree with you on. Because one thing that they did right, they building that team around homie. When they acquired Brown, that was they needed one standout, and they knew what to do. So this is what you do when you get a young quarterback in your mix. Now I ain't gonna lie, when he was at Alabama, I was kind of watching him, but then Tua took his spot. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, but now that I see him with the Eagles, and me and Beanie called this at the beginning of last year. We was like, keep your eye on her. I think he about to start doing something. But I ain't gonna argue too much with you. I don't got them being number 1, 2, or 3, but not 1. But you got a good point. So
okay, so for the Bills, they play LA, who is not playing well this year.
No.
The Rams. They played Tennessee, who is just starting to heat up. They lost to Miami, who has lost almost every game since then. They beat Baltimore, barely. But that is a formidable team. They beat Pittsburgh, that's not playing well. They beat the Chiefs, who played well. And then they beat the Packers, who haven't been playing well. So the teams that they beat that's been playing well.
So we going. I got 3 and 3. 3 on them, 3 on them.
I got two. I got the Ravens and the Chiefs. That's real. Like
no, the Titans can be up, and the Titans always make the playoff, and they always play them AFC teams.
The Titans are.
I'm gonna give it 3-3. You made your point, but I still we're gonna agree to disagree. You made your point, but I still think the Bills are. Everybody chime in.
The Bills have the best offense in the league for sure. I just think that Philly their team all around that's gonna be a hard team.
You feel like Philly is a better all around?
If we calling it right, we're talking about the Super Bowl. Everybody predicting. So we'll see. They're saying the Eagles and the Bills now, so we'll see.
But we do all agree that the Bills are going to win this game against. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So next up, we got the Chargers and the Falcons. Ladies, who do y'all have?
Okay, so the Falcons are leading their division,
which is I think is the craziest on earth. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on that one.
Right.
Oh my God.
Twilight zone. How that happened?
Don't know. I'm gonna pick the Chargers. What do you think, Gwen?
Yeah.
Who's at home?
The Falcons are.
I'm going with the Chargers on this one.
Oh, Jalen's
looking at you, coach.
I'm gonna go Chargers, but I don't know. That's a tough that cross country trip playing them, and now they done got number one in the NFC South. I think that's tough. I'm gonna go.
It's gonna make them play better.
I mean, because they got something to play for. They're in the league, you know.
For those who don't know, Jalen is a huge Panther fan. The new coach, the new quarterback. I'm like, come on here, you know. So if
we would have won this last week, we would have been number one in our division.
Let me holler at you, Jalen. Now somebody he need to lose a couple of paychecks. Y'all gonna need that double. Trust me.
You talking about the dude that after the
helmet, they got the penalty, they mixed the extra point, and they end up losing.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna need that W.
But I mean, I guess you can. People try to put it on DJ, the receiver who caught the touchdown and then took his helmet off. But we missed the extra point. We caught a pick six. Not a pick six. We caught an interception in overtime and ran it back to our 20, and then we missed the field goal.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's only
cause and effect. Cause he took off his helmet. The effect was but had he not did that, they probably would have probably made that extra point, and it would have been a no. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So but he still had a chance to make up for it.
Watch your behavior before you know. He was excited. I don't know what happened. I wasn't watching the game, but everybody heard about the issue with him getting the penalty for taking off his helmet. Was he celebrating or he was mad?
No, he was celebrating. He scored a touchdown, and they really said that it wasn't supposed to be a flag because he had walked out of the end zone and started taking his helmet off. And if you take your helmet off in the field of play, then it's supposed to be a flag. But he was off, but the heat of the moment, and with 12 seconds left in the game, they made a call, and it couldn't be reviewed and stuff. It's all good, and
it's a good chance that anybody can come out of there because look how bad Tom doing. So just because the Falcons in the lead now, y'all 2 behind, 1 behind?
We 2 behind, and we play them next Thursday on prime time. So
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, and so let's do the Panthers as our next game. The Panthers at the Bengals. Jalen.
You know who you got.
You know who I'm
the Panthers, no matter what.
Get your feelings hurt.
That's right. Hey, look, I done had my feelings hurt 6 times this year already, and you know what? I'm Carolina born and bred, and we lose, then hey, we lose. But
you talking to Commanders fans, you know we used to lose. Yeah. I had to wear a Dallas shirt a couple of games ago because I made a bet.
Yeah. You lost the bet.
I had to wear I lost the bet. I had to put, but y'all understand what I wrote on it though. But yeah, so we used to losing. So we talking to Commanders fans. So y'all going with the what, Panthers?
I'm going with the Eagles.
Oh wait, so y'all gotta agree.
Y'all gotta agree. This battle on the same.
Oh,
Coach Barfield, listen, this one heading out the notion.
I go with the Panthers. I go with the Panthers.
I appreciate you.
I go with the Panthers.
You about to be really appreciated. We about to get this one. Bingo! Y'all about to give it right back to us. Watch this one. Next up is the Commanders and the Vikings.
Exactly.
Who y'all going with?
Vikings.
Vikings. Easy.
Y'all didn't have to say it so strong and
I
loud.
got
I guess.
Shout out.
We going
Yeah,
with the
we
Commanders.
definitely
Right?
going with our man. 6-pack back in. I gotta give him. I'll be there. I'm because my family is service heavy, so this is our Veterans Day observation. It's a game, so this the one time I'm going to the stadium this year. So yeah, but I'm praying to God we come home with a win because that's a long walk down that tunnel and through them ramps
It's a
when we
long
do.
walk.
That's a
Who's starting
long
for y'all?
walk.
Hmm?
But, so,
Who's starting for y'all at quarterback?
6-pack,
Heineke, yeah.
6-pack.
He call him 6-pack.
Yeah, get it Heineken beer, but his name is
Heineke got
Heineken.
heart though.
I
He
call him
does.
6-pack.
That's what I like about
Got
him.
heart. Yeah.
Yeah, they played differently for him for sure.
If they grind it out for him.
The next game is the Seahawks at the Cardinals in Arizona.
I'm going with the Seahawks.
I'm going to Seahawks. Yeah.
Okay, so they agreed very quickly. Gwen, what we
Seahawks.
gonna do? Because this is the one where we kind of have.
Gino is a bum. And
Listen,
he don't won his last two games. I'm not
crazy.
convinced. If he won one more game, he clone. He got a twin somewhere that can play better than him. Because this dude been in the league how many years, and now putting up 40, 30 points.
That's
now,
politics, though. That's politics. He was behind Russ.
And he's playing in a system. He's playing in a system that fits him.
Right. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you had to look at stats and you took all the names off the stats and you just looked at the numbers, Geno Smith will be like probably 4th or 5th in the MVP race because of that system and them understanding what's going on. But since he's Geno and we used to him being a backup, you know what I mean? They're not giving him the respect that he deserves.
Very good point, because I called him a bum a little too quick. You right.
I called him one too, but I've been saying it.
Yeah.
I'm still not confident, so
who be picking?
We about to split.
Cardinals?
Who we going with, Sabrina? You gonna go with Kyler?
I'm gonna go with Kyler this time.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the Cardinals.
All right.
The Rams at the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with my heart. I am going with the Rams because I'm not a Tom Brady fan
at all.
I am going with the Rams. I'm Team Cooper Kupp and Stafford and all those guys. Yeah, I'm going with the Rams.
Jalen, do you agree?
100%.
All right, Gwen, what we going to do?
Don't look like they just won the Super Bowl.
The Bucks are struggling too.
Yeah, the Bucks look worse than that.
I get it, but I think Tom just need. Okay, the divorce is done. That's done. We good. He can woo, start cry. He done got his cry out. I think you're gonna see a resurgence. Sabrina, you don't agree with me?
I don't want to pick no Bucks in this game.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
Well, if we lose this, cause you and your Cracker Jack feelings, we're gonna. I'm telling you, the divorce is done. So he might show back up as his old self.
I feel like the Rams defense is gonna make the difference. I want to pick the Rams.
So who else? Donald, Arnold, the
Aaron Donald. You got Ramsey.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I like Ramsey.
Bobby Wagner.
Ooh, I forgot about him.
You call it, Gwen. You call it.
All right, Rams.
Rams?
We're gonna lose.
No, we're not.
Y'all are gonna lose, but that's a good
Whatever.
We ain't gonna lose this bet. We ain't gonna lose this. You heard what he said? He just said something slick.
Okay, you know what game is gonna come down to? Because let's be real. You pick your team, we picked our team. Both of our teams gonna lose. So
we're not losing.
This game, that is gonna be that Seattle game that's gonna make the difference.
I'm trying to tell you, I just got us a win with that Panthers pick. I promise.
Man, you ain't supposed to drink and drive, Jalen. You have to be on your way home sipping, because ain't no way.
You ain't been watching us. You ain't been watching us.
I've been looking at. I just told you, y'all got a new coach, new quarterback. I've been peeking. I just didn't see what happened at the end of the game.
We got a top 5 defense. The Bengals don't have their best receiver. We got one of the best secondaries in the league. Our only issue been our offense. And now they just put up 35, 34. So we can score now.
I hope you do win. I hope you do win. I hope you win that game. But
that one game.
Battle. You're going to lose this battle.
Okay, so next up, we got the Ravens and the Saints. And I'm going with the Ravens.
Coach?
Ravens.
Okay.
Sabrina, you better not nothing.
I ain't saying nothing. What you saying?
Okay, I thought you were gonna say about some Saints.
No. Ravens?
Ravens.
Okay, good. Whew. All right, and the last one is the Titans at the Chiefs. Monday night.
Chiefs.
Or Sunday night. Y'all said Chiefs quit.
Chiefs.
Too many points.
The Chiefs always give you one. They always lose one they supposed to win.
This ain't that one.
It's not gonna be this one.
This ain't that one.
Okay.
When? I could go either way with this one.
Me too, because I feel like we ain't picked it's one of these games is an upset. It can't. Let me think. I don't trust the Chiefs.
Ooh. I'm leaning to the Chiefs.
Me too, but I don't want to.
Too many points.
So the Chiefs it is.
All right. Okay, so there you have it. Those are all of our picks for this week. And we got to put some stakes on this thing. I mean, we don't have no stakes, or is it just bragging rights?
Oh, I don't know. What's all want to put on it?
What you got on it, Coach? What you got on it, Jay? Stop making good too.
What? Ever who win, we
rock that team shirt.
That or pay for y'all lunch or something.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna go even more in. So if we win the battle, y'all got rock 2 Commander shirts, and if y'all win, I'll put on the Steelers or we'll wear the Panthers in the Steelers shirt. I was gonna do one up.
Well, when I'm like at practice or cleaning the bathroom out, I throw on a little Commander shirt.
Cleaning the bathroom.
You know what? I just want to put his say, Jalen.
I'm just messing.
Don't make me cuss on this call. You want to do what?
I got you.
We're going to stick with lunch.
Okay, lunch it is. But Jalen, I got my eye on you. Coach has some news for us. You want to share again, Coach?
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, this season will be the North Carolina Rebels' last season. So hopefully, this season won't be easy. It's gonna be tough, but we're gonna try to four-peat, but we got to take it one game at a time, and try to come out, 4-time champions. And try to move on to bigger and better things.
So my question is, I missed that earlier. Is it the last season for the entire team or just the coaching? The coaching
for the team. For the team.
Entire team. Yeah. Oh man.
And my heart and my prayers are with y'all on y'all future endeavors, wherever they may be. It was great meeting y'all. I'm no longer in that capacity that I met y'all in. So when y'all come to Maryland, please hit me up so I can attend the game.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna be the loudest one in the fans. And in the fans, I'm sorry, you know me. But then you gotta show out this year.
Yeah, we locked in.
Yeah.
We locked in for sure.
They got, how they say, leave nothing.
Yeah.
Leave it all on the field.
Yeah.
I'm Sabrina.
I'm Gwen. Have a great one. Bye.
Bye.